So we are actually going to take this beautiful piece of art and we're going to take it apart. Welcome back to the DIYHEMI channel, and today we're going to introduce our latest project. It all starts with this 2006 SRT8 charger, and this thing is absolutely impeccable. It's immaculate. It has been babied its whole life, one owner. I mean, everything is just so nice. You even look at the headlights, no hazing, no oxidation. The paint's in great shape. We have the original 20-inch SRT wheels that have been sent off to be powder coated. And it is just, it's a beast. It's awesome. I'm so excited about this project. The leather interior with the two-tone and the suede inserts, it's just all really, really in great shape.
God, there's not even like a speck of dust in here. I
No,
promise you guys.
It is. It's very, very nice. I am in love with this car. This is a very nice car. So 6.1 liter. Grab this release. 6.1 liter, 425 horsepower. Hemi goodness.
Let's take a look at this sucker, guys.
The only modifications that we're aware of to date are the air raid cold air intake with the functional ram air duct that goes into the hood, and 3-inch dual MagnaFlow stainless steel exhaust. So that's really the only thing done to this car, performance wise. It is just, I'm blown away. It's just so clean. It's one of the nicest I've seen. As you're probably aware, you know, our viewers out there, many of these cars are abused and just they're so beaten up on over the years. And this car is what, 15 years old?
Yeah.
15 years old. So to be in this good of shape after 15 years it's one thing to see all on its own. I mean, we don't even see massive rock chips on the front, on the valence, the hood. You don't see massive stone chips, anything like that. It's really just kind of been sitting and used as a pleasure, a leisure vehicle. I think one good detailed polish on this thing and it would just be flawless.
Yep, I agree. This thing is nice.
It is. It's really nice.
So, what the heck we gonna do with it, Blake?
I'm glad you asked. So we are actually going to take this beautiful piece of art and we're going to take it apart.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're going to take it apart.
That's stupid.
No, it's not stupid. Okay, so when we were first approached with this idea, we thought, yeah, maybe this is a bit crazy. You know, you're taking apart just this. Like, why would you take this apart? But it makes complete sense financially. So when we're looking at these cars currently in the market, the book value is actually not that high. So you're talking about trade-in value somewhere in the 6 to 9 range. Retail at a dealership, depending on how bad they want to stick it to you, you're looking at what, 12, 14 maybe? Now let's look at the 6.1 engine in itself. If you were to buy them, which they do not make them anymore, you're looking in that $6,000 to $7,000 range in a good bit of times to find a clean, low mileage 6.1, which sounds insane because you could get a 6.4 for not much more, not the same amount of money. People love the 6.1. They love the way the intake manifold looks. They just love the way it performs. Tested, tried, and true, right? It's also non-BBT, so some people really cling towards that. So when we're looking at the book value of this car versus the value of the engine, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, why would, he already had this vehicle, and he had a collection of Mopars. Why would you go out and source a 6.1, find this, when you have this sitting already at your disposal? And when you look at the balance, once he sells the body of the car, he's going to be into a 6.1 for a very low price, much lower than anything you'll find on the market out there. So he's able to get his Hemi Swap and know the history of this engine. He's had it since day one. So he knows the maintenance. He knows how it's been held up over time. He knows how little it's been abused over the years. It's a very solid foundation for a Hemi Swap, and that's why I'm really excited about it. What you think, Mike? Did I convince you?
It's still a nice car, man. It's tough, but...
Would you feel better if we took it for a drive?
Heck yeah, we got to. One last one, basically.
Give it one last voyage before we take it apart?
I almost want to cry, dude. This is...
But look, it's going into another Mopar.
It's true.
So the premise of this series, you guys, with this project is, this is going to be a great foundational video series for all of you with the A, B, and E body. Now, we're not going to release exactly what this is going into just yet. You'll have to stick around for that. But we really wanted to focus in on this car, this engine, and just really show it off for what it's worth and give it its due diligence, right? We want to give it its respect before we move on to where this engine's going and what we're going to be doing with it.
Awesome. So what are they going to do with the car after we get the engine out?
They have a seller, they have a buyer for it already. So as soon as we get the engine out and the related components that we need for the swap, a tow truck's going to show up, pick this guy up. From what I understand is the new owner already has a replacement 6.1 and a couple other things ready and waiting for it. He's getting a phenomenal deal on this car. I really can't. 96,000 miles. So 15 years old, 96,000 miles. It's beautiful. There's no cracks in the dash. There's nothing that I could really pinpoint as a problem on this car. I really can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't, just looking at it, I wouldn't think it had more than 15,000 miles on it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's about right.
Well, knowing I can get one for about 10 grand, I might start looking.
Yeah, and it may be ragged out for 10 grand.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's true.
It just depends on what's out there.
There's like a 90% chance it's ragged out. That's how bad it is out there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think we should go for a spin, man.
Let's do it.
Yep, I was going to tell you that. Hear that burble? Look at this interior, guys.
It's so nice.
God, got the nice badges. Oh, man.
I mean, it's like, okay, so it's 2006. It's a little bit dated. You've got, you know, the older graphics on the head unit. But
it's an 06,
it's
guys.
06. It's beautiful.
iPhone just came out.
Did it?
That's how crazy it is. Yeah.
iPhone came out in 06?
It was like some...
Why did I think it was like 08 or 09?
It could have been, actually. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But still, I'm just trying to let you know how freaking long ago that was.
That's true.
Let's see how this
I bet the iPod was out.
Yeah.
The little click wheel?
Yep.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah, the shuffles and all that.
The steering is just so tight. Like, you could just feel it. This thing has been pampered. Absolutely.
Yep. A little bit of me is crying inside because we got to pull this engine.
But it's still going to be so cool on what it's going into.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's
crazy, man.
It's crazy.
The suspension is tight. Look at this. I mean,
it feels great. I mean,
it does feel great.
I would daily this car.
Oh yeah,
no questions asked.
Sure.
I would daily this car.
I think you convinced me to like look into the used car ads for an SRT8.
If you can find one that's not beat up, yeah, I'm all for it. Go for it, man.
Yep.
Let's see what. Still pulls very hard.
That was nice. And this thing shifts like a dream right now.
That was like maybe 3/4 throttle, maybe. Maybe.
I bet you could break the wheels right now if you wanted to.
Yeah. I am. If it were my vehicle, yes.
Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
You're right.
I would like to complete this job without wrecking something. So.
Yeah. We need to keep DIY Hemi in business.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree.
Awesome.
So we'll go ahead and turn around, head back up the back road here without going anywhere crazy.
Yep.
We are low on fuel.
Yep. That light is just blinking in Blake's eye right now. I don't feel like pushing this thing back all the way to his house.
I am no stranger to low fuel lights, not because of me, because of a different driver in my house who I love very much.
We're not going to name any names.
She's wonderful, but she loves the low fuel. I'm going to be in so much trouble.
We didn't name any names, Dad.
That's true. That's true.
Could be. You got two other little kids in the house, man. This is crazy. He never drove this thing, or he just. I don't know.
I mean, look, this not.
God.
I remember my auto shop days when I was a mechanic full time. You know, the crap that used to come in cars. You know, just.
Oh yeah.
Like food wrappers and no, this thing has just been so pampered and baby. It's awesome.
Oh, I can't even get that 100 off the dash, man. I'm telling you.
Oh God. If you can have it, it's yours. Get that 100.
It's laminated to the damn dash.
Why'd you do that?
Oh gosh.
I really feel bad about taking this car apart.
It's the last spin in here, guys.
There's probably guys out there that would kill for this car. But it makes sense. Hey, look, I think our client has a valid point, man. It's where are you going to find something this nice? Where are you going to find an engine in this great of shape for that kind of money? You just can't. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, especially when you know the history of it, and you know he's babied it. So
exactly. I mean, oh my God, you feel it. You just blown away by how nice this car is.
Wait, so the new 6.4s don't have the nice intake manifolds?
They do not. No, they have a plastic intake manifold both in the truck and the car application. The car has kind of like it's 45'd off towards the driver's side tail light. So they just don't look as nice. And a little known fact is the 6.1 intake manifold actually has a little bit better fluid flow properties. It actually performs better. So it's actually a common upgrade for people to use the 6.1 intake manifold.
For the 5.7s, right? Can they use it for the 6.4s?
No, for the 6.4s.
For the 6.4s,
yes.
Really?
The 5.7 also can see a performance increase from it, but they have different intake runner ports depending on the year. If it's a pre-Eagle, like 03 through 08, you have to run an adapter because the intake manifold ports, so the ports in the cylinder head, are different. If it is an 09 or newer, an Eagle 5.7, it's a direct bolt-on. It has the same port size. That's one of the many reasons why the newer, the Eagle 5.7s, have more power than the old 03 to 08s. They have, better cylinder head design. It's one of them. The Eagle heads.
Did the 6.1 ever come in a truck?
It did not. No.
Okay. So
now the 6.4 came in cars primarily, and then in the trucks. So when they started putting the 6.4s in the trucks, eventually you saw the advent of what's called the BGE block, which stood for Big Gas Engine. And it was a better constructed engine block. It had better gussets. It had, just from kind of like a mechanical integrity standpoint, it's a stronger engine block.
Really?
And I think it was, don't quote me on this, like 16 or 17 is when they started putting that same more solid BGE 6.4 engine block in the cars as well. So early 6.4s, they weren't BGE blocks. So like if you look at like a 2011 inaugural edition Challenger, you're looking at some of the earlier 6.4 SRT Challengers, they had just a standard 6.4 engine block. And then once the trucks really were doing well with the BGE engine blocks for the 6.4s and like the 2500 HDs, like the 3/4 tons, then they migrated that same engine block over to the cars. It's just it's a stronger, more stout block. It can handle better boost, or even naturally aspirated performance if you do like stroker setup, stronger rod bolts or studs in the bottom end. It's just a better setup.
Okay. So that was the last ride. So Blake, yeah, anything last to tell our viewers out there?
Stick around. It's going to be a fun build. I can't wait to see this thing perform in a much lighter classic body.
Can't wait. Especially as we see it right behind you right now.
All right, so we are back on the SRT8 Charger today, and today is demo day. We're going to take this thing apart. Probably not the best word choice, but that's okay, because we're going to take it apart as carefully as possible and try to preserve the integrity of the car for the next guy. Game plan. First, we're going to remove the hood, place it on the top of the car. We have some nice, comfy blankets up there. Don't scratch anything up.
Don't tell Blake's wife.
Yeah.
Got to wash it after.
Then we're going to go ahead and start removing some of the accessories, the cold air intake. We're going to pull just the engine out from the top on this build. You actually have a good bit of room to the rear. To access the bell housing bolts and everything, we're going to take the wiper arms off. We're going to take this upper section here, kind of the bottom of the cowl, upper engine compartment. This plastic section will come off. There's a metal cross brace that runs directly across the engine. It's kind of like a strut tower brace, more or less. We're going to unbolt that, get the ECM out the back here, and it'll give us a whole lot of clearance to the back of the engine. There we can get the bolts loosened on the top of the bell housing. We'll lift the entire car up, remove the exhaust, the lower bolts, the starter, the torque converter bolts, all that good stuff, engine mount bolts, and then we'll be able to pull this engine out of the top. Just straight up, There's a fair amount of clearance on the front end. I don't foresee us needing to take out the electric fans, radiator, any of that stuff. We really want to just unplug and leave the body of this car as undisturbed as possible. So that's the mission for today.
So we're coming out the top, right, Blake?
Coming out the top.
Okay.
That's right. If we were pulling the whole powertrain on these cars, I typically remove everything from the bottom. I unbolt the front suspension, the K-member or the cradle, and undo the spindles, drop everything out the bottom. But because it's just the engine, coming straight up and not messing with anything else will be the best option.
I still can't believe we're taking this bad boy out of this bad
It's going to be so worth
ride.
it. It's going to be so worth it. It's a strong engine.
One final look.
One final look before it gets taken apart.
That is a nice intake manifold.
Yeah, I really do. As we were mentioning earlier, it's a great performer. It's still one of the best out there. Better than many of the aftermarket solutions. It's factory, and it performs really well.
That's it. All right. Ready to get to work?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Well, end of the work day. We have the 6.1 liter out of the SRT8. She came out very nicely. We took our time to make sure we didn't mess anything up. And it came out pretty easily. It's going slow but easy. So Mike helped me fabricate our custom shipping bracket down there.
Woo! Part number coming at you soon.
Yeah, coming at you soon. We'll make sure, you do a little shipping cross member. That's custom.
Louisiana special.
High dollar. But yeah, we're really happy with the way everything came out. The car was just so doggone clean. I'll go ahead and close it. Mike, go ahead and a little shot of this beautiful front end.
Yep.
It's just a gorgeous car. I've said it 100 times, but I mean it.
That's mean. It's so mean.
Those aren't aftermarket headlights. That's OEM. They're not hazed. Like, that's a telltale sign of a pampered life.
Yep. Jeez. Well, hate to see it go. Hate to see us have to rip its heart out, but we got better plans for that 6.1.
We sure do. A little bit flashier. And nicer.
A little bit. Definitely more colorful, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of our fans will get a big kick out of it. I'm excited about it. I really am.
Me too. All right, guys. See you. Stay tuned. Peace out.
Please like and subscribe. But Mom, Hemi Tech.